Hello, and welcome to our virtual annual discipline-specific activity for the 2021-22 school year. For those of you who do not know me, I am Kaylee Malsey, the Associate Dean of School Partnerships. Thank you for participating in our ACE annual discipline-specific activity. As the pandemic continues to influence our yearly activities, we are pleased that we are able to still provide you with an opportunity to complete our NACEP required activities in a platform where you can make a connection to your liaison. Throughout the fall, ACE Liaisons scheduled live Zoom sessions to discuss specific topics related to the disciplines in which you teach. While we understand that it is not always possible for you to attend the live sessions, these sessions were recorded so you can get the benefit of the event with the discussion from those who attended. Please enjoy the recording of your annual discipline-specific activity. We hope next year we will be able to welcome you back to our campus for an in-person event. Thank you for your continued hard work in making this program available to students.
All right, I see it's 5 o'clock. We'll get the meter running here. And hello and greetings to certainly all my friends out there Zooming in with me, and to all of you that will be watching the recording out there in dual enrollment land. Thanks for coming or tuning in. I realize that time is a premium during this time now that we're in, now that December's upon us, right? So I'm going to look to satisfy NACEP's request related to accreditation requirements, but yet be brief. So candidly, when asking about what to cover tonight, I learned that NACEP was recommending going over teaching practices and resources. And I'll mention too that the assessment requirements, I'll mention that as well, assessment requirements tonight. And then I'll take questions and answers, at the end too. So I suppose too, all of this teaching collegiately may be initially daunting for some. I've known some who do feel themselves kind of in that orbit. If so, I have your back with that. Thus, I do this obligatory meeting for you, right? So let us take a look at some techniques, and I want to add too that this is never what I observe when I have to do the accreditation thing with you guys with NACEP. Someone would really have to be off task as an instructor in order for to get my antennas up on that. I'm fairly libertarian with so much, so I'm a little sensitive about this subject with any educator. It's kind of like music. I was looking at a top 5 bands of all time the other day, and I saw Queen was in there, and I thought, man, I hate them. I thought, how do so many people like them? And I thought, well, we all have different, our ears take in things differently, right? And same thing with teaching techniques, right? We all have our different ways of getting to the goal line, and there's a lot of ways out there, right? There's a lot of different techniques, and so in education, there's a lot of different ways to reach different learning styles, and so no one's repertoire is any better or worse than anyone else's. For the most part. Let's take a look at the some of the teaching practice, the trending umbrellas, I guess, under the education in the education orbit. You have setting objectives and providing feedback. I don't know if this is in any order of the way the education elites expect us to do this, but you know, they're the key. I'm thinking that's the key to making your students' learning experiences worthwhile. You know, focus your planning on the major instructional goals phrased in terms of desired student outcomes, the knowledge, the skills, attitudes, values, and dispositions that you want to develop in your students. And you have, let me get my, let me see. Can you guys see that? No, I don't need that. Okay. You guys with me? Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, but all I can see is your face.
Okay, I gotta do a screen share. I'm sorry. Yeah, all right. So setting objectives and providing the feedback, reinforcing effort and providing recognition. I'm thinking there that's allowing students to talk about how they apply the efforts and the results obtained. And then of course, cooperative learning is you know, one of the big trends in education, and you know, works for some kids, right? The group stuff, and then cues, questions, and advanced organizers. Hints for students about the content of a lesson. And then you have your non-linguistic representation, the expression of an idea in a way that goes beyond the use of words, right? Using diagrams and pictures, graphic organizers. I'm going to talk about that with resources here in a minute. 3D models, movement demonstrations, role plays. Right? I did one of those today. Students they seem to be popular. Students never seem to be too old for those simulations and mental images, summarizing and note taking, skills that help students promote greater comprehension, summing up sheets, and so forth. Kind of asking there the student to look at you know, any given subject, then analyze it and finally put it in their own words for a better grasp of the material. And of course, assigning homework and providing practice. You're extending learning opportunities for students to practice, review, and apply the knowledge. And I don't know what you guys think about that. It seems like homework's a controversial subject, certainly with parents. There's a lot of them that don't want it brought home, maybe at the younger ages. And then there are other educators that feel like, you know, if I can't teach them when I need to teach them in my 45 minutes, something's wrong. You know, I understand that one too. And you have identifying similarities and differences. And then, you know, lastly, the big one there, generating and testing a hypothesis, such as predicting, inferring, deducing, and theorizing. And again, that one there, you know, people always equate that with science. People always equate that one with science, but you know, that's not necessarily the case. You could do that with, you know, a lot of different subject matter. You guys have any questions or comments on that section? Anything that you'd like to add to that? I want to take a look here at some techniques. We're talking about, again, you know, when I asked about what to talk about, and techniques was one of them, I thought, graphic organizers. Did any of you guys use graphic organizers in class? No? Okay. I'm going to show you, I thought a cool graphic organizer for activating prior knowledge. And there's a website. I'll show you the website here too. It's a website for all kinds of graphic organizers, and I think they're free as well. It's that's blocking it out here. K period cross Academy. Yeah, there it is. K Patricia Cross Academy. And if you go into like the download section, and there are all of these graphic organizers, but I was thinking, one that I like to use that seems to really work well in the long run with the lessons are these advanced organizers. And the advanced organizers are basically, helping you help the students access their prior knowledge. Because of time, because of obligations, I don't want to spend more time than I have to. If anyone would be interested in me playing that now, I could, but you could, if you're interested, you could go on that, I guess, on your own time. K Cross Academy, and for the graphic organizers. And then for the techniques, I also want to go with this here. Back to this. Yeah, films on demand. All right, films on demand. And we weren't sure about this in the office, but we were kind of wondering about this. Do you guys, since you guys are liaisons in a sense for the college, do you guys have access to Penn Highlands website or Penn Highlands resources, library resources?
Yes, I do, Professor.
Okay. I wanted to, let me see, pardon me a second here. Let's get over to Penn Highlands. I'm gonna give you guys an opinion here about videos, and I could be wrong, and I might be in the minority about this. I think the 45-minute or taking a whole class period to show a film, I stay away from it. I guess I can't say I see anything wrong with it, but what I like to do is supplement. Like if I'm talking about various concepts, I like to line up maybe some short video clips where I'm satisfying that audio-visual learner's learning style, but I'm not taking a whole class period to do it. And again, if you guys have a different viewpoint on that, I'm open to hearing about it, because I'm not convinced about it. I just don't want to waste a whole class period on it when I can do it maybe in snippets. And I'll show you how to access this. If you go on, when you go on the Penn Highlands site, you go on to library, of course. And then if you drop down to the databases, and then films on demand, and then you key in your, and that's what I'm wondering. I don't know if you guys have passwords or not to the college. If you go on to that, you can pick your various subjects, right? Like a humanities course. I was looking at, I was teaching today. We're going through a section on Bach, and so I just kind of keyed in box name, and all of a sudden you get like scads of video clips. But what's great about it to me is, I mean, they're like 2 to 4 minutes. These 2 to 4 minute clips that, you know, here's one from PBS, right? PBS, you know, does a pretty good job. So there's films on demand. If you like to do the audio visuals and you're not sure, like me, whether you want to waste the whole class on that. So films on demand on the Penn Highlands site. Okay. Any questions on that? Then lastly, I just want to talk about the assessments. And most of you guys probably are familiar with this. The assessments, we basically, by when you're being observed, we would like to have assessments by the second week of May. And you have choices. I mean, you can do it. You can give us quizzes, tests, exams, papers, or projects. And we're basically looking for some samples, you know, outcomes that you deem. We would like to have an outcome that's deemed outstanding, an outcome that you deem, you know, average, and an outcome that you deem unsatisfactory. And because of the a lot of the kids that are taking the dual enrollment courses, you may not have that that problem. The last one, the unsatisfactory outcome, right? That's a good problem to have. So, all right. Any questions, comments?
No questions, Professor.
Okay. All right. If you don't have any questions, I've, you know, kind of emptied the bucket here with what I've had tonight, what I had to talk about. If you have questions, I'll be glad to stay around. But if not, there you have it, as they say, right? And or that is that. And if there's some other things not covered that that come to mind after we sign off, you know, please always, folks, let me know. And if you'd like more resources, I'm always glad to help with that. So don't hesitate to contact me. All right, don't ever hesitate to do that. So if you know, want to move on, you don't have any questions or comments, I'll just say have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I will talk to you next time.
Thank you, Professor. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.